Today's incident will wake up your soul. Please watch the incident till the end. Amma, please get up and make roti for me. Nobody gives me food. I have been hungry since 2 days. The child was crying while hugging his mother's grave. Your soul will shudder after listening to this child. Ali was just 6 years old when he was shocked to hear that his mother was only going to be a guest for a few days. Ali was very young, and he needed his mother a lot. But how could the poor child know that his mother was only going to be a guest for a few days? This news was no less than a doomsday for Nas as well. When a mother comes to know that she is going to leave this world, leaving behind her child, then imagine how difficult and painful every moment would be for her. But Nasira was probably tired of fighting her illness, and the doctors had also given up on her. Abid, who was Nasira's husband, had also returned to Pakistan. Innocent Ali always used to stay close to his mother's chest because since childhood he had seen only his mother. Her sins always remained outside the country. Because of Nas's illness, she did not have any children after Ali. That is why her mother's life was in Ali. Even in the last moments of her life, she was always worried about Ali and only for him. She was worried about Ali's food. Despite her illness, Nasira used to cook food for her son with her own hands so that her child would not remain hungry. She used to cry thinking about who would feed her child after she was gone. Who will cook rotis for him? When Ali saw his mother crying, he would wipe her mother's tears with his tiny hands and say, "Mummy, when you get well, cook food of my choice for me." Nasira used to hug Ali on hearing this and start crying profusely because she knew that perhaps this was the last time she would be able to feed her child with her own hands. These days, Abid used to explain a lot to Nasira that maybe our prayers will be answered and Allah will show some miracle. Of course, He is the master of everything. Life and death are in His hands. If He wants, He can do miracles. Don't worry, Allah will give you health. What else could her poor husband do except all this? Nasira's disease had increased a lot. The doctors had told them that it was the last stage of cancer, due to which it was too late now, and it was difficult for her to survive. Despite this, she was on medicines and was being treated by doctors, but Nasira was only sad about being separated from her child. One night, Nasira's health deteriorated a lot. As soon as Abid came home with Nasira's medicine, he saw that Nasira, sitting on the bed, was breathing heavily and was looking at Ali sleeping beside her. Her hand was on her child's head. Abid went and sat beside Nasira and started encouraging her, but she kept her hand on her child's head and said helplessly, "You should promise me that you will take good care of my child after me. I will not let him feel the absence of his mother. I will make him Our son is very young and he needs me a lot, but man's will has no place in front of Allah's will." Nasira said something to Abid that will make your soul tremble. Nasira said, "After my death, before carrying my funeral procession, please put my Ali to sleep. My child will cry a lot till my death, and my soul will be in pain. How will I be able to make him quiet seeing him cry? I will not be there to take care of him. Who will look after my child at this time? And when you take my funeral procession, please put my child to sleep so that he does not cry after me. Do not bring my Ali to my grave. If he comes to my grave and cries, I will not be able to hug him. My soul will be in pain." Abid held Nasira's hand and crying said, "What are you saying today? If you are expecting from Allah, He will surely show you some miracle." Nasira smiled on hearing this from Abid and said, "Allah puts His test only on His servants. I also want to apologize to you in this last moment of my life." Then the last words that came from her mouth were, "Take care of my Ali after me." And then a doomsday moment came in Ali's life. When his loving mother, keeping her hand on his head, bid goodbye to this world, the soul had left her body. Unaware of this, Ali was sleeping in the lap of his dead mother. The love's palu had been snatched from his head. The hands that used to feed him, those hands will never feed him now. He will never feel that coolness by hugging his mother's chest. Ali's mother had left this world. When the innocent child woke up on hearing his father's crying voice, He looked towards his mother and started trying to pacify her, saying, "Father, please be quiet. Mother, for so many days she has not slept. Now she sleeps peacefully. Let her sleep. Your voice will wake her up." Abid was in agony when he heard this and hugged Ali and said, "Yes, son, your mother is at peace now. She is sleeping peacefully. Allah has given her peace. He was an innocent child. How would he know about life and death? How would he know that he will never see his mother again?" His mother had slept forever. Ali kept his innocent face on his mother's hand all night close to his mother's coffin and kept looking at it. "My mother is sleeping so peacefully." He was also pacifying the women crying around him again and again, saying, "Let her sleep. My mother will wake up." Whoever heard this, their heart would ache. Finally, that difficult stage came when the son had to be separated from his mother. While lifting Nasira's body, Abid remembered her words. "Lift my coffin at the time when my son is asleep, so that my son..." He did not want to make himself light by crying, but he could not do that because Ali was not ready to leave his mother's funeral procession. He was not leaving his mother's funeral procession even for a moment. He was just staring at his mother. Perhaps Allah had also put this thing in his heart that he should see his mother to his heart's content. Perhaps he would never see this face again. Abid was helpless and took Ali to the graveyard with the funeral procession. But at this time, everyone's heart broke after seeing this. When the body was lowered into the grave, Ali also went down crying inside the grave and said, "Don't let my mother sleep here. Don't bury my mother under the soil. Abu, take my mother home. Mother will sleep there. If you make my mother sleep here and bury her, then I will also go with her." Abid had managed Ali with great difficulty. At this time, Ali was crying very loudly. Perhaps this child also had to face this pain. The child had to accept the reality that his mother is no more. For many hours, Ali and Abid sat on Nasira's grave and cried. When it was late at night, some close relatives forcibly brought them home. Without their mother, Ali's house had become desolate. He was searching for his mother everywhere. He would run and call out, "Where are you, mother? Come to me. I want to sleep. Put me to sleep in your lap." The child searched for his mother everywhere, in every room, but now she could not come. She had gone. After this, Abid handled Ali with great difficulty. After Nasira's death, Ali got a high fever due to the shock of his mother's death. He started falling sick. It was becoming very difficult for Abid to handle Ali as well, so he kept his aunt at his home. But the aunt was also old. How long could she support him? Once, Abid's aunt said to Abid, "Son, you are not of age yet. Ali is also young. You need a good companion and Ali needs a mother, so you should get married again. Do it, son. I am old, and how long will I stay with you people? I also have my own house, and I also have to go to my children now. I don't dare to stay here." At first, Abid refused to say that he would take care of Ali himself. But when Kala kept saying the same thing to Abid again and again, Abid also took this decision for Ali, because how long could he stay here with Ali and take care of him? He also had to go out of the house to earn money, and anyway Abid worked outside the country. Thinking about all this, Abid agreed to the marriage. Kala Sakina got Abid married to a girl of her own family. The marriage was done very simply. Abid told the same thing to his second wife that, "I have done the second marriage only for Ali. You give him motherly love and never let him feel the absence of a mother. You are my wife and it is my responsibility to take care of your every wish, but it is your responsibility to look after Ali." Zubaydah loved Ali very much in the beginning days of marriage. She took great care of him, seeing which Abid was also very happy, and Abid also became carefree that he has handed over his Ali to safe hands. So Abid also decided to go out of his job, that is, the country. Abid Ali was left with a stepmother. After handing over the child to Ali, he went out of the country for a job, but as time passed, Zubaydah's attitude towards Ali changed. She became like a stepmother. Now she would scold Ali for every small thing. She had even started raising her hand on Ali. She would keep him hungry the whole day for even a small mistake. She would not give him anything to eat. That poor child used to go to school hungry, and on returning from school, he would sit on his mother's grave for many hours and cry, "Mother, after you left, no one gives me food. Mother, I am hungry. Get up and give me food, give me food. Mother, where have you gone?" That child was innocent. He would come home after crying on his mother's grave for some time, but his cruel mother would beat him even if he came home late. Ali started to remain very quiet and silent. Every night, the innocent child would cry, remembering his mother. Naz used to come in Ali's dreams to take out the burden of his heart from his mother. He used to relieve himself by crying in front of his mother, and in his dreams he used to sleep by putting his head on his mother's lap. He used to feel his mother's presence, but his mother was nowhere to be seen, and this thing used to torment him. Abid used to visit Ali every 3 to 4 months. Abid also felt that Ali had become very quiet, and even when he spoke on the phone, he remained silent. At first, he thought that maybe he was doing this because of me going away. One day, after many months when Abid came home and saw Ali, he felt that Ali had become much weaker and quieter than before. Zubaida was a very smart and cunning woman. She used to treat Ali very well in front of her husband. She used to love him, and even used to make food with her own hands and put it in his mouth. Abid used to like seeing this, but he was also troubled by Ali being quiet. One day when Ali was going to his house with his father, he went to read the Fatiha on his mother's grave. Abid asked Ali, "Son, tell me one thing. Was your previous mother better or the new mother, who is better?" On hearing this, Ali raised his head for a moment and looked at his father, then bowed his head and started looking at his mother's grave, and said with a finger gesture, "Abba, this mother was a liar. She used to lie. The current mother is true. She speaks the truth. This one was a liar. She used to lie. She is true. She speaks the truth." Abid was surprised to hear from Ali that who can love a child more than a real mother. He thought that maybe Zubaida loved Ali a lot. Abid asked, "Okay, how?" Ali said, "This one used to lie because whenever I made a mistake, she used to say that she would not give me food, but until I did not eat, she did not feel at peace. She used to remain restless. She used to remain hungry the whole day along with me, and then she used to kill me with her hands. She used to make morsels and feed me and cry herself and tell me not to trouble me if I scold you, then I will. My heart aches. Come on, at least eat food from your mother's hands." Abu used to lie. She used to say no to food, but she used to feed me. But this Ammi speaks the truth. I don't even misbehave. Still, she says that she will not give me food, and she stands firm on her words. The whole day passes and she does not give me food. She speaks the truth. That's why when Abid heard these words from Ali's mouth, his body trembled. His heart broke on hearing Ali's words. He felt ashamed of himself on hearing such a small child's words. He remembered the promise he had made to Nasira, and started thinking, what face will I go in front of his mother every day? I had promised her that I would take care of her child, and he got very angry at his second wife Zubaida too. He went to his house, and after reaching home, he slapped Zubaida hard on her face and said that you have been doing so much cruelty to such a small child. How will you show your face in front of God? You have been doing all this with my child behind my back and pretended to be very good in front of me. This child is dependent on you. You are his stepmother. A mother's love is very big, and what have you done to take out your enmity on this child?" Abid was very angry and told Zubaida that he was innocent, and the pain of his mother leaving him had not yet gone out of his heart. Instead of healing his heart, you have started torturing this child. My child cries for hours sitting on his mother's grave. Gorak went there and told me this. I kept on blaming you and handing over my child to you. But you are not worthy of being called a mother. Maybe this is the reason that it has been 2 years. Allah has deprived you of this thing. Maybe that is why Allah has kept you childless. Zubaida was stunned to hear this. Maybe this was a warning slap from Allah. She apologized to Abid and said that I am very ashamed. I apologize to you and Ali. I don't know why I did this. Please forgive me. Your words have opened my eyes. I will love Ali like a mother. Abid did not throw Zubaida out of his house after this, but he never trusted Zubaida again. Now he used to take care of Ali and take care of him. He decided that he would leave his job outside and find a good job in this country. That is why after this incident, he did not go out of the country and started living with Ali. He took care of Ali himself. He did all his work himself. Now he had found a good job in this city so that he could stay with Ali. Zubaydah was also very embarrassed and kept asking Abid for forgiveness for her actions. But Abid now wanted to take responsibility for his child himself. Today, 15 years have passed since this incident. Ali is also married. Now he has 2 children of his own. Ali is a son. He still goes to his mother's grave. But he doesn't just ask for food there. He reads Fatiha on his mother's grave and puts flowers on her grave, and also on his father's grave built nearby. Mother is a gift from Allah. Respect your parents. Children whose parents are alive should keep their parents happy so that Allah remains happy with them. And those whose fathers have left this world, may Allah grant their fathers a high place in Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen, Ya Rabbul Alameen. Dear friends, if you like our stories, then please like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and also express your valuable opinion. Don't forget to like in the comment box.